humanoid data intruder.
Hello everyone, Crow here, and I'm back with another tag video. This time, this tag is by thegoon02, and he tagged me with I think this is just the random tag video. I don't think it has a title, but we'll just go through it. First question. Out of the four major old-school game console companies, Odyssey, Atari, Intellivision, and Calecovision, which one would you like to get back into the console market? Now, my first instinct is to say Atari, because of basically the 2600 and the 7800 really wasn't that bad either. But then I began to thinking about how they kind of turned into an evil corporation and bankrupt themselves with like duds like the Jaguar, and then having the gall to actually produce a CD add-on for it, as if to say, oops, we should have made this a CD system. You know, Atari still exists, but it's really I remember a company in France called Infogrames just buying the Atari label and just slapping on it everything and just changing their name to Atari. So Atari today isn't really the Atari from the past. And I don't know if Atari really deserves to come back after the Jaguar. So I'm going to have to go with the Calecovision, just because the Calecovision, it's Coleco with the Calecovision. The Calecovision's a great system, and it did not last very long at all, just because the whole market crashed, you know, maybe just after a year after the system came out, and then Coleco itself went bankrupt. Oh, fun fact for you. Caleco stands for the Connecticut Leather Company. So that's what Caleco stands for, and I looked this up on somewhere before. I can't remember. It is Connecticut Leather Company, I believe. I want to say Colorado, but I think it's Connecticut in the eastern states. You know, somebody correct me if I'm completely wrong. I'm sure I could just look on Wikipedia and figure this out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to look stupid on camera. Anyway, second question. If you had to pick any movie to be made into a good game, what would it be and why? I thought this was going to be a hard question. Then I started looking in my DVD collection, and I thought this would make a really good video game, Shaolin Soccer. Which I figure, I mean, it's about using these guys who use Shaolin martial arts to play soccer, and each one of the guys has a special ability. They wind up going against Team Evil, but they could just create a whole bunch of fun stuff for a soccer game that uses kind of violence, or using martial arts. I mean, they could make this into a good game, I think. So, next question, number 3. What 3 NES games would you like to be remade with today's technology, and why? Okay, well, I actually went through my library and I pulled out 3 NES games that I wouldn't mind seeing remade. The first is actually Super Glove Ball, and if you remember correct, this used the Power Glove. Now, the Power Glove actually wasn't that bad. It works. It does what it's supposed to do, but with the Wii technology, they could easily remake this game for the Wii, update the graphics, and maybe even make it a WiiWare title. I don't think it would be that bad. Next game is a really obscure title, Rockin' Ball, which is basically just a pinball game. Why not just update the graphics? But what I remember is the head-to-head pinball that actually would go pretty good online, I think. It was kind of weird, like the middle of the table was like an apex, and it slid down, and you basically just fired the ball with the flippers to the other guy on the other side. That portion of the game, I think, would go really good, for online play and versus. So yeah, Rockin' Ball. And my third game here is a game we haven't seen for a long time, Battletoads. I'd love to see, and not so much a 3D updated version of this, but like a high-res 2D beat-em-up scrolling action with the Toads, because this is my favorite NES game. I'd love to see it remade for like the Xbox 360 or the PS3 or even the Wii. maybe even the PS. Did I say PSP? PS3. I don't know about the DS. I don't think this would work well on the DS. I want, one big screen, PSP, PS3, Xbox 360, Wii. Remake it. Next question. If all the video game heroes got into a giant battle royale, what three heroes would be left standing out, and which of battle royale, what three heroes would be left standing, and out of those three, who would win? Well, okay. Let's see here. I got some examples here. I got my three characters. The first may be cheating a little bit because it's a video game based on an anime, but I gotta go with Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. If you've ever seen the anime, and here he is again, Kenshiro, and this is Fist of the North Star. If you've ever seen the anime, very rarely does he get his ass kicked. The anime is like in two parts. There's like 200 some episodes, I think. And in 99% of those episodes, he's doing all the ass kicking. Nobody stops him. Actually, except for his brother and maybe a couple other people he gets tripped up on. But, episode after episode after episode, he'll just kill thousands of people. It's a great anime, and he deserves to be in the top three. Next person, Jack from Mad World. Because he's got a chainsaw for a hand, and guys with chainsaws on their hand rule. That's my only explanation. And finally, the one that would beat them all would be the Prince from Katamari Damacy. And there he is right there, and that's why he would win. He's small, so small, nobody would ever notice. He's got his ball of Katamari, which he'd eventually grow bigger and bigger and bigger until he consumed everything in the universe, which I believe he's actually done in the past couple games. So the Prince from Katamari Damacy and all its sequels would win the Battle Royale. And finally, the last question. What would you think would make a good MMO? Can be anything. Very easy answer, and it'd be perfect timing come the end of the year. That would be Tron. Now, the reason I think this would be a good MMO is because Tron is based in the computer world to begin with. You got light cycles, space paranoias, and you basically go to your computer, you log in, and bam, you're in the system, just like in the movie. Limitless possibilities, create your own characters, that kind of thing. Just think it would be great. Now, for people I'm going to tag, I'm not going to tag that many people because I really didn't think of who to tag. I'm only going to tag 2 people. I don't even know if they've been tagged or not. I think this tag has been floating around. But I'm going to tag SNEStastic. And take that back. I'm going to tag 3 people because I just thought of another one. Cyanide Breath Mints. I'm going to tag you. And Tommy Fan. I'm tagging you again. I tagged you once before, but I love your answer so much. The golf club with the flashlights attached. Brilliant. So, you're tagged. And that'll be it. See you all next time. Bye.
The alcoholic has his bottle.
Yeah, right, he does.